about failure, we often think about things that we did wrong, right? We think about the choices we made that weren't right. And sometimes failure happens because of things beyond your control. About 6 weeks ago, I woke up and I had double vision. Now, this wasn't completely unexpected. I have an immune disorder, one where my immune system attacks the receptors between my muscles and my nerves. So my brain sends a message to my muscle doesn't get the message, muscle doesn't respond. Now, I know what you're thinking, immune disorder, very on trend. Everyone has one these days. I've had mine for about 10 years. I had it from before it was cool. But I gotta be honest, I don't really like talking about it. I don't want people to think that there's something wrong with me. And someone said to me recently that immune disorder is Latin for we have no idea what's going on in your body. And I have to say that sounds about right. Immune disorders flare and they go into remission and they get better and they get worse and no one really knows why. They're still figuring it out. So I have double vision. And the thing with double vision is it doesn't matter if it's a little bit or a lot. You can't see. It's really debilitating. You have two eyes, but the reason you don't see two images is because your two eyes work in perfect unison. And if they don't, you see two. So my immune disorder was messing with the muscles around my right eye. So I see double. And overnight, things change. I can't drive anymore. When I'm walking down the street holding my son's hand, when I look down, I can't see him because there's two of him and I don't know which one is the real one. When I'm walking down the infinite corridor, I see two corridors, and as I walk forward, they kind of cross over and merge. It's like being in a really boring kaleidoscope. It's very gray. And I really, really want to be normal, and I don't want people to know that something's wrong. Now, there is a quick fix for double vision. Anybody know what it is? Yeah, it's an eye patch. If you cover one eye, you see one image. It's an eye patch, like a pirate. And I really, really don't want to wear one. But this is the only way I'm going to be able to see. And it's kind of mind-blowing to me that, in a world where my phone can turn on my lights and Burger King can make a vegan Whopper and, women can spacewalk if there's a suit that fits. The fix for double vision is a pirate eye patch from CVS. It costs $1.79. So I get it, and I wear it, and I hate it. Because it's this black thing on my face that says something is wrong with me. And people stare, and children point, and people double take me on the train, and some people laugh. And about 3 days in, I'm walking by the Hayden Library, and I have my headphones in. And a man signals for my attention, so I take my headphones out, and I think he's going to ask me for directions. And he says, "Your eye, is it completely gone, or is it just mashed up?" And I'm just so shocked that someone thinks that this is an okay thing to say to someone that's just walking along with their headphones in. But I can't think of anything brutal to say, so I just storm off in a rage. And I take the eye patch off, and I don't put it back on. And I figure I can just make this work. Now, I could see clearly about a foot in front of my face. So I pull my computer screen closer on my desk. And when I'm walking down the corridor, I run my hand along the wall, so I always know where it is. So I know I'm not going to walk into a door frame. And when I'm in meetings, I find ways to surreptitiously cover one eye every now and again, so I can make sure that even though I'm seeing two people, I'm focusing on the person who's actually there, and not the imaginary person next to them. By this point, leaving my office is like an adventure. I never know how it's going to go. And then one lunchtime, I head up to Steam Cafe to get some sushi, because their tuna rolls are actually really good. And I head up there, and I get my sushi, and I get my soy sauce, and I pay the lady, and I look at her in the eye, not somewhere over her shoulder, and I'm feeling like I'm doing it. No one can tell that something is wrong. And I go to head back down to my office, and I reach out for the rail at the top of the stairs, and I hold on tight, and I step my foot out, and I miss completely, and I fall down a flight of stairs. And it hurts. And I hurt, and my sushi is super hurt. And like people run over and try and help because that's what people do. And you want like the ground to swallow you up. So if you were one of those nice people that tried to help me, I'm sorry I wasn't nicer. And I sort of scramble like what's left of my pride and my sushi, and I get back to my office and I drop the blind and I shut the door and I sit at my desk and had a bit of a cry. Because my body failed me. Well, I failed my body because I didn't want to wear the thing that made people ask questions to me, and I was vain and embarrassed about it. So I did start wearing it again. And then a couple of weeks later, it got better. I wish I could tell you why. No one knows. Everything eased off. My vision is mostly back to normal. I see one of all of you. If you're over here, there's two of all of you. There's so many more people over here. My right periphery is not quite back yet. And here's the thing. It's going to come back. It will always come back because, like Latin, immune disorders are not going anywhere. I do like to think that next time I will wear the eye patch, and if someone stops me and asks me a question about it, I will just tell them what's going on, because I figure if I can tell all of you that I can do that. Thank you for listening.